Yeah, my people, I bring greetings anywhere you may be seeing us from, or watching, or hearing, or listening to. I greet you in the name of God Almighty. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being part of this wonderful program this evening.
They go, they gossip, we go, they fight. PM Simon Ekpa, you be the light. That's how we must get. Freedom is our goal. If you like gossip, we go, they roll. Biafra freedom, now our dream true. No matter the challenge, we go, they push through. Now them go, they on, we no go, they scan. With faith and courage, we dey stand hard. Oh, Simon and far, lead us through the storm. Biafra land calling, let's make it our norm. Biafra we must get, freedom is our goal. If you like gossip, we go the roll. Biafra freedom, now our dream true. No matter the challenge, we go the push through. Biafra freedom, now our dream true. No matter the challenge, we go the push through. Oh, get that. Let's go, let's do this now. Let's go, the push through. Let's go, let's do this now. Oh, Simon the car, lead us through the storm. Biafra land calling, let's make it our norm. Biafra on the bar, lead us through the storm. Biafra land calling, let's make it our norm. They go, they gossip, we go, they fight. PM Simon Ekpa, you be the light. That's how we must get. Now our dream true, no matter the challenge.
All right, my people, I bring greetings anywhere you are watching us from or seeing us from. Um, the important update by our Prime Minister this wonderful day, this wonderful evening. For those so many of us that did not see, I'm going to be streaming and I'll be maybe saying something about the video, the program, or the broadcast, or the address by our Prime Minister. You see, many people never understand the waiting they go on till now. Many people never understand them. Many people still think say we dey play. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, I saw Maxwell. I think that was Barrister Maxwell, one of the legal teams, one of Mazenam Dekano's legal team, telling us that DSS officers told them blatantly, openly, krokoroli, jejely, you cannot see Nnamdi Kanu again. I mean, some people may take it lightly. I want you to know that why they are doing this is because they believe you cannot do anything. They believe you cannot do nothing. That is their belief, that they can do anything they want and they will get away with it. Nothing go happen. That is them. And this is why they are doing everything you see they are doing today. But nke ka nke ga-eme ha n'izu a, they are going to get it or understand it or accept it in a way they will never believe. I greet everyone online. Whoa, 555. I greet you. He said no sound. No sound now or before. I believe that should be in the beginning. Now that should be sound. No sound. May somebody answer me now. Is it triple M? There is sound, right? Is that sound triple M? Juliano Bindewo. Sandu, can you hear me? Okay, Ndewo, thank you, my dear. Thank you. All right, okay. Ndewo, no. Eze Daniel, I greet you. Juliano Bindewo. Sandu, can you hear me? All right. Okay, we continue. Like as I been the talk before, PM. Like, wait. All right. Okay. So we continue. So, like I've been to tell you, Nigeria believes say nothing go happen, nothing they happen. They can do anything they want to do, and they can get away with anything they want to get away with, and nothing they happen. So today, I'll go to one them there. Today, this evening, statement by the Prime Minister Biafra Republic government of 72 hours ultimatum, things will begin to happen. So I pity those that are not seeing what is coming, because if you have not seen and you are not even seeing what is happening or what is going on or what is even coming, I pity you. And by the way, our PM, I want us to understand that whatever you are seeing, it did not start today. I want us to remember that just this Tuesday that passed, Monday, Tuesday, that's this week that just passed, people, how do you say it? People, somebody somewhere did something and come up with it that Simon Ekpa announced for sit at home. Don't come out. If you come out, they go buy you. Don't come. But the Prime Minister, Biafra Republic government in exile, came out and make it clear that this is not me. He made it clear this is not me. Today again, they went and brought the same people came out and they said that someone ever started what is it? Let me look for it. I bring. So I want us to understand that when you begin to see things like this, say something is about to happen. He said, breaking, World Bank and IMF have agreed to loan the sum of 57 billion dollars to Biafra Republic government in exile, Brgie, to form our government after December 2nd, 2024 declaration of Biafra. I thank you, Sister Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, for helping me to facilitate the loan. Now, I want you to understand that this is typical lie. By the way, I want everybody to understand that any tweet you see that is not our prime minister's, you did not see it in his handle. It might look like this now. You see the way it is with his face, his everything. Somebody can manipulate anything. Somebody can type anything. Somebody can Photoshop anything and post. Why am I saying this? It's not just because of this frame up alone, but because of so many things that will happen. If we remember very well, if we think very well, we will remember, if we could remember, I think some time ago, about when last year also, I think we have it here, something happened. Let us, when they framed up that the Finnish government this, that, let me bring it to the screen also so that you will be seeing it before we listen to our prime minister. Let me bring that to the stream. Just a moment. All right. Where is that studio? Let me bring it in. I'm sorry, it's not clear. But what I'm trying to show you, if you go to the our prime minister's tweet, you will see it there, and I will read it out for you. I'll read it out for you. It's just something similar as this. Our prime minister said this happened in 2023, and our prime minister replied to the tweet. My attention has been drawn to the fake letter being shared by desperate Nigerian criminals. Please disregard it. Nigeria is known for forgery, scam, internet fraud, crimes, and that's why we are fighting to exceed such evil foundation. A country that its citizens make living through forgery. I'm trying to put it together. I've forgotten the particular thing that happened there. I can't see it clear. But whatever it is, I want us to remember that such thing happened. And today, our Prime Minister replied Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, because when they use your name, do something with your Twitter handle, name, everything, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, or some people might be thinking that this person that called himself Simon Ekpa, I thought he's a human being. I thought he have a reasoning sense. Now that I know he is not even a human being. So let us go quickly and see what our prime minister replied to him. Just a moment, I'm bringing it up. What is going on now? The thing he started to Simon Ekpa replied, Simon Ekpa replied, Iwala over World Bank loan. So we are going to be reading it out here and now for everybody to see. And let me try to see if I can enlarge it. Okay, succeeded on that. So after they have written that, frame it up, photoshopped everything, our prime minister, he came to the table of our prime minister and he wrote through a newspaper. Reading the newspaper Daily Trust, Nigerian newspaper. So he said, Ekpa replies Okonjo-Iweala over World Bank loan claim. Over World Bank loan claim. I don't know all these things. The Prime Minister, Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekpa has denied the claim that he said the World Bank through former Nigerian Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala agreed to loan Biafra government the sum of $57.5 billion. Ekpa made this clarification in a statement on Thursday. That was Thursday is today, right? Today. So I want us to understand that they can go to any learned. And then we come to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We come back to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Imagine them the Kanu case, why they are doing whatever they are doing now, and why they believe they can have anything, do anything, is because they believe nobody can come out. By the time they have the back of the traditional rulers, they have a backing of what do you call them? Traditional rulers, and they have traditional rulers backing. They have um, the politicians from Biafra land backing, and the rest of them. They have all of them. They have their so-called decision criminal makers, and then when you are talking about freedom, they say these ones are joking. That the people that matters are with them. Are you getting the message? That's why they don't regard what we or our prime minister is saying. And that is why our prime minister is making it clear and known and understandable to them by fire, by force. That is why our Prime Minister Jemeha will not go agree by for anybody. You must agree. You must agree to our own terms, because this is about us. You cannot live your life and live our own for us as well. So many of you must have listened. I don't have enough time. I would have brought that video. We will talk about it, but the nutshell, the point in the video, when a lawyer has been treated that way, since the last time Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in court till now, nobody have seen him. Not even the cockroach in UK that is crying to be a woman he married that love him so much, have not seen him, have not spoken with him. She's not demanding for his release. She's only fighting Simon Ekpa. Have you heard that thing, cockroach Okoyibo? Have you heard that Okoyibo's demand for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu before? They come out to fight against the people that are fighting for the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So for all the kidnappings and the illegal arrests and detentions and our people that has been carried away from Biafra land, and they were abandoned in Jigawa, Plateau, or Plateau is even closer, is Kasena, Brini Kebe, Jigawa, far Maiduguri. You will come to Biafra land, pick somebody in the name that they committed one offense or not, and take them out there. And the worst part of this is that our people are involved. Our people are doing it as well. I want to show you example. You remember when Apostle Suleiman arrested somebody for bullying him or for insulting him? Apostle Suleiman have to spend money, pay police in Abuja to go all the way to Calabar and arrest that person. Not one police, maybe about 10 of them. Arrest that person, bring that person to Abuja from Calabar to Afro. It's just to show I am me, I am great. Our people in Biafra land will arrest their brother and send them to Abuja because you want to torture. And if it may be by your brother. How many times you don't see Hausa, Funani, Yoruba carry their brother condom for your house? For Biafra land, in the name that they committed one offense, they won't punish them, they carry the condom. But our people, they come from Lagos, they go Lagos, go carry police, you come Biafra land, they come arrest people, go keep them for Lagos. Because you feel you have this money. But all these things are over. So I think we should listen to the prime minister now. Hmm? We should be listening to him. Let us just quickly listen to him. Sorry if I'm running. I have to run because I don't have the time. I'm not too good. I'm not too good. That's why I try or I manage make I come out every day. The thing know is is cra like Ghana people will tell you, easy cra. Okay, quickly. Like at the talk, I go to show you. Let us listen to our prime minister now.
Those speaking on the screen, please. Today being the 24 and 24, we are going to be passing making a very important decision today as we approach the convention and of course we're in preparation for the restoration of independent state of Biafra. My fellow cabinet members of the Biafra government, honorable ministers, head of department, I welcome all of you today. Without wasting your time, I would like to let every one of us here to know that the impunity of the Nigeria state is coming to an end by various decisions and various steps and measures that this government will take in order to protect, defend our land, protect our women and children, and our properties and lives. For this reason, Nigeria have represented anarchy, criminality, evil, corruption, especially in Biafra land and against Biafra people. We have seen and witnessed several and thousands disappearances of Biafra people where they are kidnapped from Biafra land and taken to far away northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria and locked up, imprisoned, without trial, without any justification. And for that reason, the Biafra government will be taking a very decisive steps and decision today in order to bring that impunity to an end. On this note, I am moving a motion this afternoon without wasting your time, a motion to give 2 hours to the and beyond, for them to be returned back to Biafra land with immediate effect. In addition to this, failing to bring all Biafran that have been kidnapped in the name of arrest or with whatever nomenclature, after 72 hours, we will evict every judges that is not from Biafra land, residing in Biafra land. We will also lock down the entire court that represent Nigeria. We are going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Warri Judicial Court. We will lock down the Court of Appeal, Oka Judicial Court. We are also going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Enugu Judicial Division, the Federal High Court in the entire Southeast to start with. After that, we will proceed to the South-South. We will also lock down the entire National Industrial Court in the entire Southeast and South-South comprising of Biafra. After this, we will move to customary court. So anybody that is in this court and you are not a Biafran, you are serving, you are sent or posted to Biafra land, to come to Biafra and preside over any case. Believe me, after the time that we are going to be voted for today, after that time elapses, your security will not be guaranteed.
3 days.
Our demand is very simple. From Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down to the lowest person must be transferred to Biafra land with immediate effect. We will begin to correct this impunity on the issue that when somebody is alleged to commit a crime, there is a jurisdiction. If you claim that somebody committed a crime in the southeast, as you have given them, the person must be tried in that jurisdiction in the southeast. Somebody cannot be abducted from the southeast, sent to northern Nigeria, where he will be denied access to justice, he will be denied access to lawyers, he will be denied access to everything. You lock the person up where the so-called crime were committed in a different region. That is ending today. The Biafra government will be voting on this particular issue I have mentioned. So, my fellow cabinet members, as a government, it is a priority for us to protect the interests of our people, to give them justice, fairness, equity, which Nigeria government have denied them. On this note, I move a motion to give 72 hours to every judges of the Court of Appeal in Owerri, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Awka, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Enugu Judicial Division, every judges of the Federal High Court in the Southeast and South-South, every judges of the National Industrial Court in the entire Southern region. If you support this motion that the Nigeria government is giving 72 hours to repatriate and return every Biafran that is being detained somewhere in the northern Nigeria and beyond. After 72 hours, these judges must vacate Biafra land with immediate effect. If you are for this motion, please, can we see your hands up? And the media team, can you put everybody on the screen so we can be able to see the hand before we go into our electronic voting that is not available at this point? Thank you. The floor is open for comment to support, in support, or against this motion. Thank you. Honorable members, the COS, you can coordinate this.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, His Excellency. The floor is open to support or go against this motion. If you have any comments, this is the time to make that. If not, we'll go ahead. You can use the reaction button on the bottom of the Zoom to raise your hand. And Adinam, you can go ahead and do the counting and then do the reporting for Adinam, if you're available, please.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can go ahead and do the counting and do the reporting.
So the media team, can we see the entire members present in the cabinet on the screen as well?
Okay, so we hear within our Prime Minister just said now, we hear within in talk now, and we have voted, we have accepted that. I think the only person that will not accept this is a wicked man that want to destroy Biafra land. Only a wicked, useless man and I no go gree vote. Look at how our people disappeared, have been disappearing till now. We no see them. How can a Biafran be taken away from Biafra land and be taken to whether na Borno state? What did he do? You see, they go take say they see tattoo for him body. It be like say in be ESN. Because you a Biafran. How many times have they brought a Funani man to come and try him in Biafra land? How many times? You go commit case for Abia. They go Daura, go try you. You commit case for Anambra, they go carry you, go Sokoto, go try you. Evan the kidnapper today, where is he? I think in Lagos. Did he commit the case in Lagos? How many people from Yoruba land, from Hausa, from Funane land have they come to imprison in Biafra land? And in the most cases, those people they take away never made it alive back. Once that, and because these people did not do anything, cannot do anything, have nobody to speak, have nobody talking, they will just come to a community and start picking up boys, picking up young boys. Look at what happened to that young girl, Gloria Okoli. Last how many years? I think about last 2 years. They kidnapped the girl that she have a boyfriend that is supporting Biafra. That was why they kidnapped her. After they have kidnapped her, they took her to Tiger Base. After they have taken her to Tiger Base, they started manhandling her. Some they use and do krewa. Some they use and do menial job. Now in the wash police cloth. Any policeman when one cook food, he go send them in house. He go in house, go cook food for them. This continued until somebody came out from there and told the parents. The parents went there to confirm that they took that girl and sent that girl to Abuja or to Kaduna. Until we in the media started crying and shouting before that girl was let go. And she was let go on a condition that she would never explain or tell her story or deal trauma she went through in the hands of Nigeria police. Sexually they abused her. Not one police. So we are in support of these people. Go the same way we have come out and supported that the police army go home. If you refuse to go home and you stay there, you have invited the other thing. And we will not still stay back. We are not stopping. We are not getting tired. We must keep fighting. We must keep fighting until the end of all this. Because if we stop, we are gone. The people that are dealing with us are not ready. Look at what is going on in the social media. Look at giving, what is his name? I think, is it women affairs minister you call Bianco No to appoint her? And the Bianco No is accepting minister for women affairs. I think that's women affairs minister, right? Am I okay? I think that should be women affairs. Minister for women affairs. It's too shameful. Former ambassador. Once ambassador, Bianco No, you are calling her to give her minister for women affairs or whatever. And the Bianco No is accepting it. Anyway, I don't know if she have accepted it. But the truth is this. If you see what they did, they tell you now they are integrating you. All these are because of the wave of Biafra that is coming, and they cannot stop this wave. Biafra is here already, and Biafra is here to stay. Whether you like it to, okay, foreign affair, okay, Onka, okay, Minister for Foreign Affairs. It doesn't matter. If you like it, if they like, make a minister for Nigeria. Make them make what is minister for the minister to the government Nigeria. It doesn't matter what they are doing all these things because they feel they would say, you will now sit down and say, but this one now is your sister. This one now is your sister. The one that left is your brother. This one, no, we are not interested in appointment. Even if you like, appoint an Igbo man a president in Nigeria. Do you hear me? I said, if you like, appoint an Igbo man president. It is not going to lead you anywhere. It will not stop us. It has already went, or you have already succeeded in stopping the people you can stop by giving them, shutting their mouth. Biafra is going to be declared on the how many months, how many days is left? Just about 30, let's say 34, about 38 days, or about 40 days, just that about, just say 40 days. And it will be declared that person that want to jump into lagoon should go and jump into lagoon. You don't want to see Biafra come. Look at the kind of thing they are doing with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. What did Nnamdi Kanu do? What did Nnamdi Kanu do? What did Nnamdi Kanu do? Why shouldn't Nnamdi Kanu be treated the way he is being treated? What did he do? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you claim he imported the transistor radio in Biafra land, not in northern land. You took him to North. You claim he insulted you from United Kingdom. You took him to North. Because we know our right. I used to talk and say, we know who we be. If you know who you be, you will begin the fight for who you are. We must wake up, whether we like it or whether we don't like it. We must wake up, and the waking up is just waking up to the reality. We no get choice. We must stand up and fight. We must stand up and fight. Well, that is our Prime Minister, and that is what he said. It's very clear. All the judges, all the court will be shut down after 72 hours. That's 24, that's 3 days. Am I right? Is that supposed to be 3 days? Yeah. After 3 days, you don't bring our people back. Because these people, we don't know the court you went to. We don't even know when you take them to court. All at their mercy. They leave who they want to leave. They take who they want to take. They buy who they want to buy. They use our people for what pleases them. So I'm 100% of this. I love this. It's the beginning of the beginning. Beginning to the end. You see, when you tell people that Biafra is coming, they will think it's a joke, or they are taking it to be a joke. They are not seeing it to be true. They don't see it to be true. But you go shock them. You go shock them. So I saw this, one of the State of the Nation broadcast by our Prime Minister. I would like us to one of the I saw one of the old broadcast, State of the Nation broadcast by our Prime Minister. and I think it will be good to bro, you be battle cry. I think you should be is people like you that go and form that thing. That thing you are talking about, what is what do you call it? Did you see it in Simon Ekpa's platform? Where did you see it? Where did you get it from? Did you see it in his platform? If you know you saw it, somebody somewhere will just wake up and they formulate one thing and brought it out because you want to make fun of yourself or whatever. Look at it here with the Simon Ekpa name. How can he be his tweet, but it's not in his tweet? It's not in his Twitter handle. Why is it that it's only one person that have it? We don't reason, we don't ask ourselves questions. If this is truly Simon Ekpa tweet, believe me, Nigerian news will tell you that from his Twitter handle. And the many people will have the screenshot of the same tweet. Why is it that it's one person alone and the EU criminal cannot come up to show his face? It doesn't matter what Okonjo-Iweala is saying, or Okonjo-Iweala is not saying, it is not important. It's not you. We are not looking at your face. We are not looking at anybody's face. What we are looking for, what we are looking onto, is our freedom. So Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala should be ashamed of herself. By the way, she should be ashamed of herself. By the way, by hearing Emir say she heard and she is talking. She should have verified before talking. But what she says is not even important. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is not double head. She's one person, right? She's not two. She's not a god. She have two eyes. She can die just like every other person can die. So what is that makes her special? The only statement I remember our Prime Minister made to us about her is when our Prime Minister said that he knows that when this Biafra comes, we will need people like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, that she will be a great asset to Biafra. That was the only thing. Then maybe the criminal that is behind this thing said, okay, let me just go and jail. Listen, when you think it's you alone, you don't know there are millions of you, millions better than you even behind. You don't know that. When you went to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, if they told you that there's something like Simon Ekpa hanging somewhere, you will never believe it. We are not bothered. Me particularly, I'm not bothered about anything anybody is saying. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is saying or not saying. That shouldn't be my problem. My problem is the way forward. That's my problem, period. So, like I was saying, or like I said before, I saw this one of the State of the Nations broadcast and I decided to play it. If you miss the broadcast or what the statement of a prime minister, this is not something to give attention. We are facing the real truth. So if you miss it, go back and listen. So now I am playing this one of the past State of the Nations broadcasts. So let us listen to it.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans. I welcome all of you to this emergency State of the Union address of the Biafra Prime Minister, myself, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. My fellow Biafrans, this is month of October 2024, and we are very close to our convention in Finland. The security of life and property of Biafra people will always be the most priority of the Biafra government. And we will continue to respond proactively in solving and resolving the issue of security, especially when our people and our land comes under serious threat. Nigeria as a failed state will continue to fail to protect those that call themselves Nigerian citizens. The call for Biafra self-determination through the secessionists of Biafra or through the secession of Biafra as Nigeria terrorist state, fondly call it, is deeply rooted in historical grievances, the economic grievances and economic disparity and socio-political marginalization, and now with the renewed Islamic Usman Danfodio expansionists. Our struggle has become a struggle for survival of the Biafra people. For many decades, Biafrans, both those who have agitated in the past, Biafrans, for many of these agitators have argued that for leaving Nigeria is not just about identity, but today it has become about the survival, progress, and justice. My fellow Biafrans, in the early hour of today, the 1st October 2024, the Biafra Defense Forces has destroyed, neutralized the proposed facility that was built to house and train Boko Haram in a place called Ehimembano in Imo State, former Imo State. Any more of such facility will be destroyed by Biafra forces. We call on Biafrans to give credible information on any further project of the Nigeria terrorist state targeted at bringing in Boko Haram for training in Biafra land, or to be used to house fighters that the intention was to use against Biafra forces. Because the Nigeria terrorist army has been defeated, and all they do is to bring in fighters in whatever guise. Biafra land is not good for Chinese loan. The Biafra people were excluded during the time Nigeria state took loan from China. Our land and our people are not good to be part of the dividend of Chinese loan. Biafra land is not good for rail line, where every part of Nigeria, as they created it fraudulently today, has benefited from the rail line, except Biafra land. Biafra land is not good to have seaport, irrespective of the fact that the Gulf of Guinea is connected to the Biafra land. Biafra land is not good for the headquarters of many multinational corporations that came to Nigeria or Niger area to do business only and solely for the natural resources that is found in Biafra land. None of these multinational corporations has their head office or headquarters in Biafra land to create job for the Biafra people, indigenous people. Biafra land is therefore not good for IDP camp or in any name that will accommodate any terrorists from northern Nigeria or from any part of the world. Biafra land is not a dumping ground for terrorists. For that reason, the Biafra Defense Forces have destroyed the property and the facilities, and of course, anything that is connected to it will be destroyed in Biafra land. It is a message that we are sending out to the terrorist state to prove the capacity that Biafra government controls Biafra territory. from exile, and of course, with the activities of the de facto government in the homeland. The responsiveness of the Biafra government has shown that the Biafra government take the security of lives and properties of our people, especially our women and children, very seriously. We have fought Nigeria terrorism for the past 3 years, secretly. And I wish one day the world will want to know what has happened in Biafra land from 2021 to this date. And we have been able to secure successfully the land of Biafra. It is only in Biafra land that our people are not living in IDP camp. Across Nigeria, every other region, people are living in IDP camp. Like they have come shambolically, claiming that people from the north will be moved to Biafra land, where Biafra forces and defense have been able to secure our land against the terrorism. We also have intel that the proposed movement of these people were actually in order to bring in Boko Haram fighters to Biafra land to fight against Biafra forces. My fellow Biafran, in Yoruba land, the Yorubas are taking refuge in neighboring country, Benin Republic, for insecurity by the Nigeria terrorism or Nigeria terrorist state in the name of the Islamic expansionist Usman Dan Fodio legacy. Many Yorubas are today living in Benin Republic. They left the ancestral land as they are looking for a safe place to stay. The people that have chased them out of the ancestral land are Fulanis. They call them Fulani herdsmen. They have occupied Yoruba land, and today many of them have left their land and they are not secured in their own land. Biafra land will not be the same. Biafra will continue to respond to Nigeria terrorism plan and tactics very ruthlessly in defense of our land. While Nigeria terrorist state have openly supported Palestine independence and continue to financially support terrorism against Israel, the Biafra people will continue to stand with Israel, and at the same time, we are not against those agitating for independence of South Palestine or for self-determination. But we are strongly against the terrorism against Israel and against the state of Israel. Nigeria always go to the United Nations General Assembly to advocate for the freedom and self-determination of Palestine, and these are people who have not fixed their own problem in Niger area. Today, we will do worse than what the Palestinians have done, if that is what will make the world to listen to us. Palestine have not lost 3 million children. We did. We lost 3 million children from 1967 to 1970. Palestine have not lost what Biafra lost. Palestine do not have what Biafra have. We power Nigeria's economy from our natural resources. What do we get in return? Marginalization, killing, pogroms, and what have you. On this note, just for the latecomers who have not followed the event of Nigeria and Biafra for a very long time, I want the Biafra media to play the representation and advocating of the independence of Palestine by the former president of Nigeria in the name of Muhammadu Buhari, because I have come across many people commenting on social media and they were outraged about the current vice president, who is, by the way, the founder of Boko Haram, advocating for independent state of Palestine. I would like the media team to play that, as on that particular rock, I will build my church today.
We need to remind ourselves of the principles that led to the founding of the United Nations. Among those a peaceful coexistence and self-determination of peoples. In this context, Mr. President, the unresolved question of self-determination for the Palestinian people and those of Western Sahara, both nations having been adjudged by the United Nations as qualifying for this inalienable right, must now be assured and fulfilled without any further delay or obstacle. The international community has come to pin its hopes on resolving the Palestinian issue through the two-state solution, which recognizes the legitimate right of each state to exist in peace and security. The world has no more excuses or reasons to delay the implementation of the long list of Security Council resolutions on this question. Neither do we have the moral right to deny any people their freedom or condemn them indefinitely to occupation and blockade.
Thank you very much. I would also like to have the latest video from the United Nations General Assembly of the current Vice President of Nigeria, who was the founder of Boko Haram. Thank you very much.
We are all witnesses to the heart-wrenching situation in Gaza and other Palestinian territories. We cannot discuss war and peace, conflicts and resolution, or humanitarian imperatives today without reflecting on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that has been raging since 7th August last year. Of course, the conflict predates this period and has been simmering for a better part of half a century. What it tells us is that the international community has failed to live up to the spirit and aspirations of the United Nations to rid the world of inequality, violence, and domination of one people by another. Justice is antithetical to revenge. Freedom is an inalienable right and a natural entitlement that cannot be denied to any people. The Palestinian people deserve their independence. They deserve to have a home of their own in territories already recognized by this very assembly and by international law, which is being routinely ignored. Nigeria continues to urge efforts to bring back on track the two-state solution that offers the prospect for a new beginning for the region.
Thank you very much. My fellow Biafrans and listeners from across the world, with the clip you just listened to, the last one is the current Vice President of Nigeria, who is the founder of Boko Haram. The first video you listened to was the former President of Nigeria, who also was one of the Islamic fundamentalism pillar in Nigeria and in Africa. Nigeria, with this, has demonstrated to be enemy of America and enemy of the West. While the Biafra will continue to support the state of Israel, have you seen that this is a black and white that can never mix together? Nigeria have advocated for the independent state of Palestine, which we are not against as a people looking for freedom. But what we are against is terrorism against the state of Israel. And the 7th of October attack, terrorism attack against Israel, Biafra people continue to condemn that terrorist attack. Nigeria, having advocated in 2024 for the independent state of Palestine, should be bold enough to also accept the outcome of the Biafra self-referendum in peace or in pieces. I want you all to understand that Nigeria can never be trusted. America can never trust Nigeria. The West can never trust Nigeria. Nigeria remains an Islamic fundamentalist country that all the agenda is to support anything anti-West and anti-America. It does not matter how they pretend with you today, they will end up becoming your worst enemy. The earlier the world, the Western world and America accept the state of Biafra as only true allies in the West Africa, the better for them. Examples are many. I will use Iraq. I can also use Afghanistan. After 23 years, America pumped billions of dollars into Afghanistan. Today, Taliban are completely in charge of American weapons that America struggled for 23 years to stabilize that country. Nigeria will do worse than Afghanistan if Biafra is not supported. There are several compelling reasons why as many as 50 million Biafrans who voted in the ongoing Biafra self-referendum use their vote to advocate for independence of Biafra. The reasons are very numerous. And I will take it one at a time. From the historical injustices against Biafra people, the Nigeria genocidal war against Biafra from 1967 to 1970, also known as the Biafra War, was a brutal chapter in Nigeria history. The eastern region, known as Biafra, declared independence as the Republic of Biafra after enduring many years of systematic marginalization and violent pogroms in the northern Nigeria and other parts of Nigeria. The war resulted in an estimated 1 to 3 million deaths, children, primarily from starvation due to the blockade imposed by the Nigeria terrorist government. This tragic history has left deep scars in millions of Biafrans and, of course, in Biafra consciousness, especially when the post-war reconciliation was superficial and incomplete. With the IRRR, the continuous reference of the Biafra War serves as a painful reminder that the Biafra people were once persecuted and betrayed by a country that was supposed to protect them. That betrayal has tripled today after over 50 years. We have seen the killings of Biafrans and destruction of their businesses across Nigeria, not just in the northern Nigeria today, but also in the southwest Yoruba land. In Lagos, to be precise, we saw pogroms against Biafrans in Lagos after 2023 election. And I will take it on the economic exploitation. As Nigeria celebrates their failed independence, the division of Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones without the consent of the people was an injustice taken too far that have cut the wound of the war even deeper than as we thought. The eastern region, which is supposed to be called Southeastern or Southeast region, in accordance with the geography, today it is called the Southeast instead of the Southern region. They manipulated the geographic, manipulated the demography in order to fight the freedom and suppress and subjugate Biafra people not to rise up. The region which would form the heart of modern Biafra is rich in natural resources, particularly oil. Despite this wealth, the artificial and the fake Southeast feel disappropriately excluded from the economic and political benefit of their own land. The so-called Niger Delta, which majority falls within the proposed Biafra borders of today, generate a significant portion of Nigeria wealth through crude oil. Yet, that region remains underdeveloped, suffering from poor infrastructure, environmental degradation, and poverty. Yet, they are faced with Nigeria terrorist army bombardment, like the recent killing in the Biafra Okoma community in Delta. The argument for Biafra is also an economic one. The resources of the Biafra people are being siphoned to enrich a far distant federal government in Abuja, while the region remains underdeveloped. That is coming to an end with the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra, coming this year, 2024. My fellow Biafrans, we also suffered what I call the political marginalization within the Nigeria state. Since the end of the Biafra war, Biafra people have constantly been sidelined from the Nigeria political landscape, despite being one of the 3 largest ethnic groups. No Igbo-speaking Biafra person has held the presidency since 1983. Key government positions, security appointments, and the military leadership role are disproportionately skewed in favor of the Northern Hausa, Fulani, and Western Yoruba elites. Many Igbo-speaking Biafrans believe, and of course it's a fact, that this is a deliberate exclusion from power to prevent their voices from being heard in decision-making process. While those who happen to be very close to power have sold their subconsciousness to self-aggrandizement, those who may have positive agenda that could shape the country's future are not allowed. Today, we are no longer agitating for inclusion, but for complete freedom of Biafra people, where the aspiration of every Biafran will be achieved, where the potential will be attained, where Biafrans will compete among nations in innovation, where free education will be mandatory, where our hospitals will be equipped, and the national insurance scheme will be completely functional. My fellow Biafrans, compelling reasons why Biafrans are leaving Nigeria are many. I'm just taking a few of them today. We have also cultural and ethnic disparities. Nigeria is an amalgamation of hundreds of ethnic groups with distinct cultures, languages, and worldviews. Biafrans, with their entrepreneurial spirit, democratic social structure, and emphasis on individual merit, often found themselves at odds with a more hierarchical feudal system, and I call it nomadic system of the North, and the communal political structure of the Yoruba West. Many believe that the deep-seated differences between the ethnic groups in Nigeria makes it difficult to forge a cohesive national identity, which is fact, leading to continuous frictions and disharmony, and I call it dangerous diversity, which will never ever work in the modern age. Biafra, on the other hand, would allow the people to govern themselves according to their own culture and cultural value and system in a confederation and a confederating state of Biafra. The insecurity and violence orchestrated by the Nigeria terrorist state against Biafra people from inception. Ethnic violence, Islamic expansionist violence, banditry, and terrorism have been on the rise across Nigeria, with the Biafra people often caught in the crossfire. In particular, they come in the form of Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, and other extremist groups. They have targeted civilians, with the government sometimes supporting them to offer adequate protection. In many cases, the Biafra people are specifically victimized, with the Nigeria state either unwilling or unable to ensure their security. The renewed call for Biafra is rooted in the fact that an independent state of Biafra would be better equipped to secure the lives and property of its citizens, free from corruption and inefficiencies of the Nigeria terrorist government. I want to remind you that a few years ago, heads were being beheaded in Biafra land. Today, that particular insecurity killings of Biafra have ended with the emergence of the Biafra Defense Force. And of course, with the formation of the Biafra government, both de facto government and the government in exile. We are also facing, within the Nigeria state, youth unemployment and economic stagnation. The Biafra people are renewed for their entrepreneurial prowess, with successful business ventures both within Nigeria and across the world. Despite this, many young Biafrans face a high level of unemployment and underemployment. The Nigeria terrorist government inability to create an enabling environment for business growth and industrialization disproportionately affect the Southeast and South-South, which made up the entire Biafra land. The region, poor infrastructure, including electricity, road, education, hinders the full realization of the economic potential of Biafra people. An independent state of Biafra will prioritize regional development, focusing on innovation, trade, and infrastructure, uncumbered by the inefficiencies of the central government. Biafra, as an independent nation, will secure the Gulf of Guinea and, of course, end the piracy in the high sea, which has caused serious tension, carrying out international trade using the high sea and waterways. The emergence of Biafra will put an end to the piracy in the high sea. I want you to understand that the more you try to deprive yourself of this truth, the more you are caught in the cobweb of the truth. The resurgence of ethnic nationalism in Nigeria. We have seen in recent time the resurgence of ethnic nationalism caused by the dangerous diversity. Example of it, if you go to social media, you're going to find out there is a very big resurgence of ethnic nationalism. Our sister, for example, in Canada, her case is an example of that. Nigeria swing into action within 1 minute, writing to Canadian government, the House of Assembly or House of Rep wrote a letter within short period of time. Yorubas on social media, of course, because she is a Biafran. In recent years, the global climate has become more supportive of self-determination and the secessionist movement. From the independence referenda in Scotland, even in Catalonia, though they are not yet independent, but the creation of this awareness in support of self-referendum has gained global support. My fellow Biafrans, we have seen the state creation like the state of Sudan, South Sudan. There is a growing recognition that ethnic groups have right to determine their own future, just like you're listening from the Nigeria representative at the United Nations, the vice president, current vice president of Nigeria, supporting this particular move. The Biafra government has also continued to argue in international stage that the right to self-determination is enshrined in international law, and the Biafra people have also activated this particular law by organizing their own self-referendum, which Biafra people are very happy to participate in and have voted, and the voting is still ongoing and will continue until November 28, 2024. The opportunity to vote on their future through a peaceful and democratic process organized by the Biafra government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland. The referendum has recorded over 50 million votes as of today, 1st of October 2024. My fellow Biafrans, I want you to understand that the call for Biafra independence is not a rejection of Nigeria or a rejection of Britain, but it is a demand for justice, dignity, and equality. For many Biafrans, remaining in a system that continually marginalizes, exploits, and devalues them is untenable. Biafra offers the promise of self-determination, economic progress, cultural preservation, and security of a nation where the Biafra spirit can strive without the constraint of a broken federation. While the road to Biafra independence is fraught with challenges, the desire for a better, more equitable future fuels the call for the exit of Biafra from Nigeria. And Simon Ekpa is leading Biafra out of Nigeria from the 2nd of December 2024. Biafra government has activated international diplomatic tussle against Nigeria at the highest level. My fellow Biafrans, with this, I welcome you to the month of October 2024. We have just less than 2 months to kickstart our convention in Finland. May God bless the state of Biafra. May God bless the state of Israel. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless Finland, and may God bless Europe. May God bless the Western world. We love you all. From Biafra people, from the Biafra Liberation Army, from the Biafra government, to all of you. We stand together in this particular time of trial. Israel, stand very strong. You have your brothers from Biafra land, and nothing can separate us. From here,